Hey everybody, welcome back to the 6th round post-fight show with me, Zane Simon, and my co-host, as always, Eddie Mercado. We're coming to y'all just from the
Hey.
end of UFC 320 at the T-Mobile Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. And what seemed like it was a bit of a rocky night for a while. Some slog on the prelims, a couple fights here and there. You're like, whatever. Even the main event, the co-main event, where you're like, okay, a great display of skill, but I wish I didn't have to watch 5 rounds of this, especially if Ankalaev is about to skirt around and just kind of slowly out peck away Pereira for 5 rounds.
Now, once we got a bunch of finishes to start off the main card, I was like, oh, of course, because then we're gonna
Yeah,
have two decisions in the main and co-main. But I like the co-main. I enjoyed it.
I know I enjoy it. To me, it's great to have a good card should always have like a palate cleanser in there too, where
The
you're like, okay,
cooler.
yeah, let's get a little chilled out, get a little down to earth. Okay, we took in something beautiful, and then you go right back away, and Alex Pereira just crushed the shit out of Magomed Ankalaev.
He is like the one guy you do not want to talk shit to.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
do it.
honestly, look, I could see ways that Alex Pereira could win this fight. There was never a part of me that was like, "Oh, he can't. It just won't happen." I didn't think he was gonna do it, and I certainly, in all the ways I would have seen, it would have been through like 2 or 3 rounds of pressure and picking the right shots and getting just the right moments and all that. Him just going out there and stomping a fucking mud hole in Ankalaev never crossed my mind.
It really gives credence to the idea that he was sick for their
Yeah,
last fight, and he's such a boss that he fought anyways.
and
Because
almost
the way
won.
he just came out and stormed his castle, nobody does that to Ankalaev.
No respect for him
Nobody.
at all. Never seen that in an Ankalaev fight. Never seen anybody go out and just be like, "I'm not afraid of you. You can't do anything to me."
He walked in there like he caught him fucking his wife and just like straight to business. Like,
Yeah.
no, this isn't a MMA match. Like, I'm coming to fuck you up. And he
And
did.
and that was the thing too, is like watching tape on all this, and it's like, okay, the special sauce for Pereira here, if he's gonna win this fight, is he needs to pressure. He needs to put Ankalaev on the back foot, but he's gonna eat counters doing that. So it's gonna be difficult. And I don't know that he can sustain that if Ankalaev can find those counters, if he's gonna want to stay on the front foot and try and go after him like that. But he just came out there and just dropped hammers on him. Like,
You know the UFC is so happy right now.
oh God, yeah. You know who? Well, I was gonna say, who's not happy? Yuri
Yuri.
Prochazka.
Yeah.
But they cut over to him, and he looked elated for Uncle. He looked elated for Pereira.
He
I
was
think
moved to tears.
he
Like,
was. I think he's got a ton of respect for Alex Pereira, and he's also just crazy enough to believe that he'll get another title shot no matter what. Like,
yeah.
he looks at that still, and he's like, "Oh, I can still win that fight. I still want that fight. They'll give it to me." And
But
yeah,
I think he talked a little too much. He talked a little too much. And he was like, oh, I don't like Ankalaev. He pissed me off on
mm,
Twitter. And it's like, what are you doing? Shut the fuck up. Talk about Alex. Don't talk about Ankalaev, because then you're going to fight Ankalaev and Olberg's going to go fight Pereira.
yeah. Well, I think that's probably what's going to happen anyway.
They didn't cut to Olberg. They didn't mention him. They didn't pan to him. Nothing.
It's true. It's true.
He
But
wasted a flight. Like,
he did.
he looked jet lagged. Like,
Yeah. I still think that this is bad for Yuri. I think that, they're still going to go with Olberg next, but you'll see, because there's always, that right in the moment when a fight happens and when they start, you know, deigning who's going to be the next challenger and all that, there's always just a bunch of bullshit that goes on where they say, oh, this guy's getting the next shot, or oh, this is it all shakes out through like 3 or 4 months of negotiation in the end.
Yeah, time, place, and manner.
Yeah.
But like Yuri also mentioned in his post-fight interview that he asked for the Ulberg fight and Ulberg turned him down. And you know how much the UFC hates that.
Yeah.
So maybe they're like, oh, well.
Nah, it's still going to be Ulberg. It's still going to be Ulberg. I believe it. You know, because if I'm Ulberg too, I wouldn't fight Yuri right now. Are you kidding? Like, you are right there. You have made your claim to a title shot. If you have to wait a year and a half before the right things happen for you to get it, don't Jacare yourself. Nobody wants to be Jacare going on MMA fighting 2 years after you retire and saying the biggest regret of my career was that I didn't wait for the title shot after I earned it and I took more fights. You know?
Yeah.
Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal have shown you the way, which is to just sit there and be as annoying as humanly possible. And sooner or later, the UFC will be like, God, I guess we do need to give this guy a title shot.
I still can't believe Colby's nickname is Chaos. He's like anything but.
Yeah.
But man, Pereira, how many times has he won the belt now? Like 12? Like,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, this is such an all-time. He was already a Hall of Famer. I mean, even putting aside the bullshit UFC Hall of Fame where anybody who like, you know, fought in the UFC 10 times has a shot of getting in.
Oh, come on now, Zane. You're
Put,
always so hard on the UFC Hall of Fame.
Putting that aside, in a real Hall of Fame, Alex Pereira was already a surefire Hall of Fame caliber fighter. Already just, you know, 2-division, multiple time champion, the fastest rise to champion ever, tons of title defenses. But to gain, lose, and then regain the light heavyweight championship against a new generation of contender. Because Ankalaev is very much, you know, the young champ, relatively, or he's the guy coming up, like taking that on afterward. To beat a guy that wasn't part of your first run, like it's not this thing like, oh, you know, Adesanya got there and then Pereira took the belt off of him, and then Adesanya came back, and then Pereira took the belt off of him again. It's really like this is an all-time great kind of win.
Mm-hmm. He's one of the greatest of all time, as crazy as that is.
Yeah.
And this isn't even his like first sport.
No.
2-division champ in glory.
Yeah.
And man, I can't believe Ankalaev didn't have a rematch clause.
I can. UFC was not about to give him that. He's lucky he gets to keep his job the way that they were treating him as champ.
After this,
they had a pay-per-view headlined by 2 title fights, and people this week were like, "Man, I haven't heard a word about this pay-per-view." Like, one of my friends thought it was a fantasy card that was like,
right,
you know, like the UFC did not care one bit about trying to leverage Dvalishvili or Ankalaev to fans. No interest at all. So
I don't see how Ulberg wins.
No. But that is a bad matchup for Ulberg.
A really bad matchup.
Yeah.
I'm worried about his foot. He keeps having these reoccurring injuries.
I mean, he's
Pereira
old.
does.
He's an old man by any normal sports standards. It is light heavyweight, so he's got a little extra grace period. We saw Glover, we saw Jan, get belts in their 40s, but he's right on that edge. The body starts failing you.
There might be some to the greatness Like, you have to have toe issues if you want to be great. John Jones,
Yeah,
infamous for his toe problems. Maybe
right.
that's the best base for MMA is bad
Yeah,
toes.
yeah, bad toes.
Wow. I
I
didn't
do.
see that coming at all. I'm
No,
so shocked
it was
and
amazing,
elated and happy. Like,
right? Now, can we get them to cancel Aspinall Gone so we can do Aspinall Pereira? Because
yeah.
I don't need Aspinall Gone. I don't care. Like that's not. Nah, give me that fight.
Honestly, I don't care about Tom Aspinall fighting anyone at heavyweight.
Yeah, no, there's
I
not.
only want to see Aspinall fight. I don't like.
Yeah,
There's no
doesn't.
one like, oh, maybe this guy, maybe that guy.
No, I want to see Aspinall Pereira. That's a fight. That's a cool fight. You know.
That would be a crazy White House fight.
Yeah, yeah. That White House
Think about
card.
it. You got a British guy coming into DC against fan favorite Pereira,
They're
chasing
gonna.
history.
It's gonna end up being headlined by like Michael Chandler versus Beneil Dariush or something. After the
No,
50th
no,
time they've
no.
tried to book Conor McGregor, and it's just clearly never going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's you have to put Pereira on that card. He's got a headline. I don't see anybody else that could headline that card.
No, I mean the UFC doesn't have a lot of real star headliners right now. So
Yeah. So
they got one
book
back
it.
though. They got one back, and they got it back in style. Just a absolute amazing performance from Alex Pereira.
80
Like I said,
seconds.
yeah, I'm still
He
in
beat his
shock
ass in
about that.
80 seconds.
And like I said, I mean, Ankalaev, sure, he's had like some moments where he's been hurt in other fights. He's never been knocked out, and he has always been an extremely careful and like process driven, defensively mindful fighter. If he was ever going to get knocked out, I wasn't going to see it somebody just going out there and storming him, you know.
But if it was going to happen,
But if what's going to
Pereira,
happen from somebody, Pereira is the dude who will, if you don't ever get knocked out, just go out and knock
man,
you
those
out.
12-6 elbows were so vicious.
It was beautiful. Love that they got rid of that rule just for that
Yeah.
beautiful moment.
I mean, actually, Ankalaev lost by ground and pound.
Yeah.
Didn't have that on my bingo card. Of
Mm-mm.
course, that
Mm-mm.
overhand right really cleaned his clock.
Yeah.
And like Ankalaev tried to like check hook to counter. And it's like, and that's the thing, Pereira, he doesn't really throw many just like full on overhands like that.
Mm-mm.
So that was like animosity. That was
Yeah.
anger. Man, I
No,
loved it.
he was pissed. He was pissed, and he came out there looking to show Ankalaev up, looking to put him in his place. And usually at title fights, that doesn't work. Usually
Hmm.
going out angry and being like, oh, I'm gonna really like humiliate somebody in a title fight does not have a great track record. But man,
Light heavyweight's different.
light heavyweight is very different. No, I'm still buzzing from that. Yeah, otherwise for Ankalaev, like I say, the Yuri fight would make a lot of sense. I could easily see them booking that for Yuri as a consolation because I don't think he's getting that title fight next. Um, Otherwise, I mean, yeah, I don't. This is not the moment where I would think you would do Ankalaev Roundtree, even though I'd be interested in it.
I'm not interested in it.
Yeah, more likely you do also otherwise do like if Rakic beats Mirzakhanov or the winner of Rakic Mirzakhanov versus Ankalaev or something like that. But Yuri seems like the actual because even then, if Yuri beats Ankalaev, even if Pereira is still champ, that's a point where it's just like, yeah, just you got to give him another shot. You know?
Yeah, just for the fans.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd rather see their trilogy fight than the Allberg fight.
I'm interested, but in Olberg, I am. I think
Me too. I love
yeah,
watching them fight,
yeah.
but I don't
It
love them
does.
I don't love to watch them fight as much as I love watching Yuri fight.
No. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's talk the co-main event though first. Merab Corey Sandhagen, and I feel bad looking at these scores because they gave Dvalishvili a 10-8 in there. Two judges did.
In 2 rounds, right?
Uh, in 2 different rounds, might have been. Let me see.
49-45?
Yeah, that's 49-46 would be normal 10-9s all the way through. So
Oh, so only
49-45.
one gave him a 10-8.
Yeah. No, 2 judges gave him a 10-8.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if I can find out which round specifically.
Had to have been the second round. Had to have been.
Yeah,
He'd
2
be
judges
pissed
gave him a
at him.
10-8 in the second round. Yeah. Which makes sense. Sandhagen got badly hurt and walloped for most of the rest of that round.
I gave Sandhagen the 4th.
That's the thing, is that I feel bad seeing this is because realistically, this is a fight that could have been dead even going into the 5th round. And I wouldn't have.
No, not with the 10-8.
Well, yeah, if you scored that, I am surprised 2 judges scored a 10-8 out of 3. Like, one judge didn't, you know? You had a judge who didn't give that 10-8. If he'd given Sandhagen the 4th, you would have a tied fight going into the 5th round.
On one scorecard.
Yes, I'm saying that scorecard is feasible, and it is indicative of how close a lot of this fight was. Sandhagen didn't get blown out.
No, he got beat, but I think
beat.
he did exceptionally well.
Yeah.
He did exceptionally well, especially with the grappling.
Yeah.
He did fantastic with the grappling.
And I was really glad too. He came out and he didn't shut himself down. The way that his coach was,
Trevor Whitman
was making it sound going in. He's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna wrestle. We're gonna take the wrestling to Merab and all that." And it's like, on the one hand, I get his point. You don't want to go out and be like, "Oh, we're gonna prevent or we're gonna make sure we don't get wrestled," because that's a loser's mindset. Don't go out and say, "Okay, we're gonna try not to be on the ground." Say, we're going to take the fight everywhere. That's a much prouder stance. I get that. But at the same time, I was also worried, like, Sandhagen goes out there and tries to tie up with Dvalishvili all the time. He's just going to get horsed around. And he didn't. He went out there. He maintained the pocket. He kept his striking distance. He threw shots. He didn't try to clinch up. He didn't try to get himself tied up. It just happens because Dvalishvili is so fucking insistent.
His entries are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like his entries plus his chain wrestling is so fucking hard to deal with. He kept doing that slingshot takedown when you have someone's back and you kind of push them forward and drag them back down.
Yeah.
I fucking love that takedown.
It's beautiful. I just love too how well he's such a great lesson for everybody in MMA
to do EPO. Kidding.
But no, not even the repetitiveness or the grind or all that. But the way he shoots in on a double, switches to a single, and then moves to the body lock as a 3-pronged step of his takedown. Like it's a series that he goes through. And if you stop him at any point in the series, he moves to the next point in that series. You stop the double, he goes right to the single. You stop the single, he goes right to the body lock. And it's a chain where the takedown entry is always changing and moving. And it's something that when he's less up Joe Rogan's ass and, not tonight, but other nights, it's something DC does a really good job of detailing about how, like, you need to be moving on a takedown. It's not a situation where you just grab onto somebody and then put them against the fence and push them there. You need to have a constant, a constant active motion that somebody's dealing with. That there's always a change up happening, and Merab is amazing at that. Like, you're never just dealing with one takedown idea and one takedown entry. You are having to fight him off every single step of the way. He's going to make sure that every part of your takedown defense is working. And for Sandhagen, a lot of it was, but even still, like, he would still find some motion in that chain where Sandhagen would be late one step or miss one thing, and then suddenly he's down.
And then he lets you get up.
Yeah.
And carry his weight.
Yep. He doesn't care.
And shout out to Sandhagen for not getting tired.
No, yeah, he came prepared. He came very prepared. It's just, I think for him, he's a great athlete, clearly. Is he like an apex predator athlete, power, speed-wise, at bantamweight?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem like it. And I think that's really what damned him here, is that he can be perfectly prepared for Merab, but being really prepared for the wrestling means he has to put so much work and focus in that it, was really rare moments where he could let his hands go and really go after Merab, because it's not like he can just easily shuck that and be like, oh yeah, no, I got the strength to just push you off. Merab he's a different beast,
And another thing is, it's really, what's the right word for this? Intimidating to throw leg kicks.
Yeah.
With someone who has such beautiful entries as Merab. Because if you can beat up that leg, the takedowns, they're not as effective. Like, you give yourself a better shot, but you also, you make it easier. You're like giving him your leg, essentially.
Yeah.
And so, like, what do? Do you back off the leg kicks, back off the head kicks, back off the body kicks, so you don't have that takedown threat there, and just work hands and maybe an occasional knee up the middle? Or do you try to chop the tree down?
Yeah, I mean, he did a good job balancing it and managing as well as he did. He had big moments where he caught Dvalishvili with shots. He had flurries. He had a couple moments even in the last round. But
yeah, Whitman kept calling for the head kick. But
yeah,
that's so hard to do when someone's so insistent on getting at your hips.
Well, and it's also, I mean, you got to realize too, especially how insanely good that round 5 was for Merab. Like, we're talking a hard fought, high intensity fight. We're talking in fights too where, like, Merab in the 5th round of his first fight against Sean O'Malley, he kind of actually looked like he was a little tired and like on his bike, and O'Malley started having a lot of success in that round. But
maybe a little tired. I don't know.
it was, there have been a couple moments in Merab's fights where it seems like he's just endless energy, and then he'll hit a moment like way late in the fight where he's just kind of like done fighting, and then his opponent is like, I'm going after you, screw it. But this fight, like round 5 came, and he dominated Sandhagen that round. Took him down at will, beat him up, landed. I'm one of the big things too I love seeing out of Dvalishvili is how much he's added punches on the exits of clinches and takedowns, and strikes in those intermediate areas where it's not quite a takedown or not quite back at range. He's added so much offense to his game that he looks great out there,
I don't know if any bantamweight that has come before him could beat this version of him.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Any of them.
No, it's not like he didn't, it's not like he didn't fight Piotr Jan when Jan was in his absolute prime. And
the only exception might be the Cody Garbrandt that fought Dominic Cruz. That mythical creature.
That mythical creature for that one shining moment.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, Who beats this? Like, how do you? He's gonna start lapping the division.
Well, I mean, who does he even fight right now? That's part of it too.
The only fight would be Al Zahabi if he gets past Cheeto. It's fresh. I don't think he'd win, but I think it'd be cool if he gets the title shot. If he gets past Cheeto,
it would be very remarkable. I mean, at that point, like Song Yadong just beat Henry Cejudo. Like,
that was wonky and goofy.
Yeah, but that's a better argument for a title shot than beating Marlon Vera.
He beat Jose Aldo.
He did. That was sad.
It was sad, but it was fun.
It was. Like, it was true. It's true.
He almost got decapitated.
But that is where we're at. We're arguing about Song Yadong or Ayman Zahabi, or do we want to see Petr Yan get a rematch?
I do want to see the Yan rematch. I love watching him fight.
Because that's probably what will realistically be next. Is it?
Well, that's what he called for.
But it's also Yan coming off a win over Marcus McGee, which, look, I like Marcus McGee. I've been on his bandwagon. But Marcus McGee is not even, like, he's ranked 15th in that division right now. It's not the kind of win that really reasserts title dreams. You know, I realize it's 3 straight for Petr Yan, including wins over Song Yadong and David Figueiredo. So it just feels like a right place, right time matchup. It doesn't feel like there's any title challenger out there who's got a real claim.
Well, that's why I feel the way I do about Al.
Yeah, I get that.
Right place, right time. This is like his Cinderella story. And like if the fight happens, right, and he happens to beat Merab, it would be like the biggest upset of all time. Bigger than Matt Serra GSP, bigger than Holly Holm Ronda Rousey. Like,
just seeing somebody out there say, hey, you know, Mario Batista, if he beats
see, I knew fucking someone was going to say that. That's why I brought the hater blockers. I'm not even trying to hear this. Not even trying to hear it.
Come on, Eddie. Mario Batista, champ 2026.
What'd you say? Huh? You're breaking up, Zane. And Petr Yan beat Song Yadong before that Cejudo fight.
Yeah, I know.
Al Zahabi, if he gets past Cheeto.
The only other option really out there would be for Merab to campaign for a Volkanovski fight. Really.
I don't think he wants that.
It doesn't seem like he does.
Yeah, I don't think he wants that fight.
No, it doesn't.
I'd like to see it, though. It's interesting.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's at least an interesting, especially right now with I'm seeing reports that Evloev was injured. Oh, yeah. Evloev had to withdraw from a fight in July due to injury. So, I mean, we have a potential Diego Lopez rematch with Volkanovski, or, you know, Joe Rogan trying to shoehorn Lerone Murphy into that talk. Which I'm a big Lerone Murphy fan, but I was also very happy that Yusuf Zalal really questioned Joe Rogan's matchmaking credentials when Rogan brought that up. It's like, I haven't heard anything about him being booked. What are you talking about? Rogan's like, oh, okay. Like,
but Rogan also might have some inside knowledge.
Nobody's talking to Joe about this stuff. He's just making stuff
up. Probably not.
A
dark horse, though, could be Vic Watch
for a title shot.
I mean, not next, but like,
yeah, he announced himself as a dark horse in the very same breath as Patchy Mix announced himself as a pretender.
Well, Patchy Mix has never won a UFC fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it like, we'll get to it, but man, it's dire days for the Patchy Mix great best bantamweight in the world train.
No, that train's derailed. That thing is
Yeah.
the train has left the station. It's off the tracks. No one's coming to look for it.
No.
That's a lost cause. So yeah, I want to see Zahavi do it.
Yeah.
It's so unlikely and improbable for him to even be where he is.
It's true.
I'm
Him
pulling
beating
for him.
Jose Aldo is a career capper for him, really and truly. Like that
No,
should
that's the
never have happened.
springboard. That's the springboard. He's gonna destroy Cheeto, and
Yeah.
he's gonna fight Marab.
Oh, we got somebody asking, J AJ asking, do you think Patchy will get one more fight? Probably. The
He'll
thing
get
is,
two
like,
more fights.
they don't cut guys the way they used to, but they do hate when you negotiate a big contract for the UFC and you do not immediately live up to that contract. The UFC is ruthless about kicking those guys back out the door. And
Yeah, but I
yes,
mean, he lost to Bautista, who is,
one of your favorite fighters.
he is talented. He is a
I'm glad
talented
to hear
fighter.
you say that, Eddie.
He is talented.
He is talented.
I don't like watching him fight, but I can acknowledge his talent.
Yeah. You don't like watching him fight once. Every other fight with Batista has been pretty good. He's never had another stinker like that.
I didn't watch his Patchy Mix fight, so
He dominated mix.
but that I don't know what that's really saying.
Well, you didn't watch the fight, so of course you don't know what it's really saying.
I told you I was going to boycott it. I had to
I
be
know.
true to my word.
I know. But they hate when guys negotiate hardball them and then don't show up.
Yeah, they might for Marab, they might have to dig up Frankie Signs or like Ricky
Yeah.
Simone.
Let's see. What about Sandhagen next? Well, okay, actually, that's not even a question. You just got to do Sandhagen O'Malley. That
Oh,
fight.
yes.
That fight needs to happen.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Make it for like the Intercontinental title.
There we go. The white boy title. Two of the whitest white boys in the UFC. Different flavors, but
Very, very different flavors. Yeah.
All right.
I'm actually I'm more excited for that fight than whoever Marab fights next.
Right? Yeah. All right. That brings us to the cream of the crop here from the card. Yuri Prochazka, Khalil Roundtree. And what was it Yuri was saying after this fight about having to go through the blood war and like the
He was like, that first round was easy. And I know there's a language barrier, but I think
but
what he was trying to say was he expected it to be a brawl from start to finish. He
yeah.
expected Khalil to come out the way he did against Pereira and
Yep.
like really take it to him. But he was really technical and picked his shots really well.
He was fucking Yuri up, picking him apart, honestly.
But man, he was swinging for everything on those hooks.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think that contributed to him gassing out in the third. And
Yeah.
honestly, Yuri took a little page out of Pereira's playbook.
Yeah.
Slow play the first 2 rounds and then come out and just put it on him.
I mean, the thing to me is that I do think this fight was always there for Yuri to have like this,
Mhm.
but it really took a lot. And he said it in a weird way. He said it that he was basically like, I needed I needed to get myself excited, was kind of what he said in his post-fight interview, was that he was like basically just not really, he couldn't come out and just blitz. He needed to feel the like berserkerness
Mhm.
rise up in him
He had to
to
get
have
scared.
to get there. And so I think that's really it. But the thing, like, for me, when I was thinking about this fight going in, and I picked Yuri going in, is it was all came down to one thing for me. And I know it's not a technical thing, and it's not like a great way to break down a lot of stuff, but it all came down to attitude. to me. And the fact that deep inside Yuri is a demon that wants to destroy things. And deep inside Khalil Roundtree is a guy who got bullied and doesn't want to get bullied. That is like the Khalil Roundtree story. And that's what that was there all of the Jamal Hill fight. Like, he whipped Jamal Hill's ass, but the whole fight, it felt like he was trying to stop Jamal Hill from bullying him. You know?
Ooh, that's some psychology shit right there, Zane.
And so Yuri, he comes out and he's not really, he's not going after, he's not giving Khalil Roundtree anything to worry about. So Khalil Roundtree is the slicker, more technical guy. He's got sharper punches. He's picking Yuri off on the counters. But the moment Yuri actually gets into that, what if I'm just endlessly aggressive to you? What if I just pour it on and I don't stop and you have to make me stop? Roundtree just is like, I don't want to do this.
Well,
this is
that
hell.
you have to mix in the fatigue with that, right?
The fatigue is there too, but I mean, there's no reason Prochazka should be less tired than Roundtree at that point.
No. I'm saying Roundtree fatiguing.
Yeah.
Plus the blitz. That's what Pereira did to him. Pereira did the same thing.
I think it's also just that in these elite fights, Roundtree's his deep down feeling is like, I want to stop you from trying to bully me. And for guys like Pereira and Yuri and Hill and Jones and a lot of the guys who've won belts out there, what lives deep in them is a bully who's just like, I'm coming for you and I'm going to fucking take your lunch money, dude. And you can't stop me. I
think if Roundtree had better cardio.
Maybe. I just
Not
think
maybe. Like, he fights hard as fuck for 2 rounds. Second he starts to slow down, it all.
Yeah, I just think the cardio is anxiety. It's the anxiety he fights with naturally.
And also how hard he swings.
Well, and that's part of why is that he's tense, so he's throwing hard and he's trying to get everything done in a hurry. So it's over,
But he's also bullied people out there, If he can hurt you,
I mean, if he can make you afraid of him, then you see Roundtree really open it up. But that's what I'm saying is that the guys all the way up at the top, they don't get afraid of anybody.
Right.
You think about John Jones, absolute psychopath. We've seen John Jones, even in fights he's losing, he doesn't really understand the concept that he might be losing the fight. He's just like, no, I'm not hurt. So I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to do something to you. And I don't really care what you think about it. I mean,
also to your point about the psychology of Roundtree, Iwan Kutalaba beat Roundtree before the fight even started.
Yeah.
He beat him at the weigh-ins, at the face-off.
Psyched him out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And I think Roundtree has made a ton of great technical adjustments. He has made a ton of coaching and like sports psych adjustments. You can see he's covering for that. He is covered to that. He is covered for that feeling so well that he is fighting at the very elite level and competing hard with Alex Pereira, competing hard with Yuri Prochazka.
He almost finished Pereira. He was right there.
But that little difference in the, like, that's where that psychology does just that. Those tiny little things make that difference where it's just like, you're at the very edge of the precipice. And if one of you is going to break, if one of you is going to have that little moment of like, man, can I beat this guy? That's it. And Yuri's out there and he's getting beat up and he's going, all right, I'm going to beat your ass now. And in that moment, Khalil's thinking, man, can I beat this dude?
Yeah, I don't think Khalil can fight for 5 hard rounds.
No.
Against anybody.
No.
But man, that was so crazy to see that rally. That was, I picked Yuri, right? Because it was tough because it's such a case of, brawl the boxer and box the brawler, right?
Yeah.
The MMA version. Like one guy is just technically sound and the other guy is just fucking bananas. And I was like, in my head, and like this isn't super technical, but I was like, I think Yuri can blitz him and make him uncomfortable
Yeah.
and get him out of there. But the fight started, and I was like, well, maybe I was wrong here.
Well,
And then
the
the
thing
third
was,
round was just
that's what I say is that, like, I think it was there for Yuri all the way through, because there were moments in the first 2 rounds where he would blitz Roundtree for like 5 seconds. And in those moments, Roundtree looked severely uncomfortable with it. But Roundtree could usually find one shot or do something else that would dissuade Yuri for that moment to back up and be like, okay, well, I guess I'm not going to do that right now. And it just took 2 whole rounds for Yuri to kind of be like, man, you know what? I am going to do that. I'm just
or
going to
maybe it
go
just
after.
took 2 rounds for Yuri to get some, like, moisture on the bottom of his feet so he
Yeah, that
wasn't
too. So
slipping
he
and
wasn't
sliding all over
sliding
the place,
everywhere. Yeah.
playing Crocodile Mile out there. Like, he, man, that was wild.
Great fight. Great
And the
fight.
body work, the fucking body work. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Just like 6 in a row to the body. Oh,
From both of
masterful.
them too. I mean, Khalil was
Sure.
crushing the body early in that fight. I think that was actually one of the biggest reasons that Yuri had so much trouble the first 2 rounds of this fight, is that Khalil was giving him so much to think about to the body. He's really fast, really always focused, eyes on opponent all times, unbreaking focus. And it makes up for a lot of his defensive lack. You know, he's got the very hands down, I'm charging at you kind of thing. And the thing is he can flinch away from a lot of stuff because he's really focused and he's fast. But beating him to the body threw him off altogether, because that was just stuff he's like, you can't get out of the way fast enough. You
Mhm.
can't get out of the way all this. And suddenly now he had to think about that. It's like, oh, I'm stepping in. Am I about to get hit to the body? I don't know. And there's kept being those hitches of indecision, and I think that was a big part of what stopped him early on.
You have to really credit Roundtree's coaches for pointing that
Mm-hmm.
out and being like, "Hey, stop
Yeah.
headhunting. Go to the body. Go to the body. Go to the
Yeah.
body." Because
No.
when he would go upstairs, he would whiff more often than not.
Yeah.
And that third round, I swear, Yuri was just letting Roundtree punch him in the face
Oh yeah. No,
and
that's the
just
point
terminated
that's
him.
the point Yuri had to get to. Like I say, that's where the real bully hours come out. It's when you're swinging at the kid with all your might, trying to stop him from beating your ass,
It's
and
not
it
even
just isn't
bully. This is
doing.
like pure sociopath,
Yeah.
psychopath,
But it's the
killer.
nightmare. It's the nightmare in your head when you're punching and your punches are like half speed, and they just you hit the attacker in your dreams, and it just doesn't do anything, and they keep it's pure nightmare fuel. It is a
Yeah.
pure, and that's the thing that Yuri has. That was one why I picked Yuri going in. It's just like he can be Khalil's nightmare in a way
Mhm.
that Khalil cannot be his nightmare. I don't think Yuri has ever had a nightmare. He's just had like big things he kills in his sleep. You know.
No, he doesn't have nightmares. They give him he just wakes up with a raging boner. That's just
Yeah.
like
A pile of dead animals nearby. He doesn't know what happened to them. Hands bloody.
Man, Yuri is so much fun.
He is just the ultimate good time
Every
in
fight is a
MMA.
fight.
But so yeah, I mean, we talked about it already. Yuri versus Ankalaev makes a lot of sense as a consolation prize for Khalil.
Time away. He needs time
Yeah,
off.
time away. Could be the winner or loser of like Rakic Mirzakhanov, or the winner of Blachowicz Gushkov or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. He needs some time away. I think he's gonna struggle with this one.
Probably.
It's like 2 big fights that you did so well in for 10 minutes, and then you shit the bed.
Yeah.
That's mentally tough to deal with.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You could do Reyes.
No, I looked at that. I saw it. I said, no, not doing that. I think the Reyes answer is Reyes Hill.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
He just needs some time away.
That
Let the
brings us
division round out.
to a featherweight bout, and I cannot tell you how pleased I am by this fight.
How do you think I feel? We were spared from elusive Zalal.
Mm-hmm.
I am so thrilled. I couldn't have been happier. And he
I
knows he fucked up in the Cater fight.
He does. He does. He made it clear. And then he thanked the wrong god, and everybody started booing him. Yes, I know it's the same god, but I don't think anybody in the crowd knew that. But
What you gonna do?
yeah, I love, because look, we watched Emmett versus Murphy. We watched Zalal Cater. They were game plan mirror images. So it really seemed obvious that Zalal would come out and just pick around Josh Emmett while Josh Emmett loaded up on one big right hand at a time
Yeah.
and didn't land it.
I was shocked he got that first takedown. It shocked the hell out of me. And the fact that he was so clinical with the way he set up that
Yeah,
armbar.
I love that. That was just, and that's such a
Gorgeous.
great way to attack somebody like Emmett with that in a way that doesn't make it look like you just want to avoid fighting him. It's like, yeah, I get that Emmett's a former wrestler and that he's built like a brick shithouse, but he's also like, he's somebody nobody really goes after that way. It's not like a part of his game that gets tested. It's like, go out and test it, you know?
Yeah. Yair submitted him, but like that's a choke.
Yeah. And he submitted him after tuning him up standing.
Yeah,
Too.
but I never expected him to get armbarred. I never thought I would see that. I didn't know it was even possible. He's so bulky.
It was beautiful.
This was insane.
Beautiful.
And he apologized, and I accept his apology.
I'm glad. I'm glad too. I'm glad he realized, because even I like Zalal, but that third round of that Cater fight was just, you know, if you're gonna neutralize, and I'm happy to. There are plenty of fighters that neutralize that I'm happy to watch. I will root at times for Chris Gutierrez. You know, maybe not. What's it?
Mario Bautista, Trey Ogden.
Mario Batista has had one neutralizing performance, one. And it wasn't even neutralizing because it was on the front foot. Neutralizing, I mean, he's on the back foot subtracting the fight. You know. I will root for those kinds of fighters at times. But what Zalal, when you are going to try to be an elite fighter with that style, it has to be addition through subtraction, where like you are frustrating your opponent and you're making them overswing and overreach and make big mistakes because they're trying to reach you desperately and they're getting frustrated that they can't, and then you pounce. You take advantage of those mistakes to create meaningful offense.
Like
Anderson
Machida
Silva
or Wonder Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Wonder Boy is like the perfect neutralizer in that sense. You know, will be frustrating as hell, hard as hell to hit, but the moment you overswing, here's like a 4-punch combination.
Yeah.
And Zalal got that out of Calvin Cater, and then he just was like, well, I'll just subtract even more. Like, I'll just do even less. Run even further. And it's like, this is miserable. At that point, I need somebody to come out and give you a yellow card for timidity, you know?
Yeah, or stop the fight.
Yeah. Like they do it in boxing. You see, like, oh, you're just not going to engage with your opponent at all? Okay, we're stepping in, fight's over, and then you see some guy complain. It's like, you didn't throw a punch for a minute. What do you expect? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
But he came out, got a quick sub.
Yeah. Love it.
Back in my good graces.
Love to see it. And can't
He needs to
remember.
fight Yair now.
I would watch that. A fight with Yair would be a lot of fun. I would also watch him fight Arnold Allen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Yair fight feels like it would be really, really a good call.
It'll be really hard to stick and move against Yair.
Yeah.
Yair's rangy, and Yair's got submissions too.
Yeah. All right. And
did
for
he call
Emmett,
out LaRon Murphy? He called him out, right?
I think he did. Yeah, he called out LaRon Murphy, and that's when Joe Rogan was like, I think Murphy's getting the next title shot. And he's like, it's not been booked. What are you talking about? And Joe was just like, oh, no. You know.
I think Yair's the better fight.
Yeah. I'd be fine with Murphy, too. I mean,
Sure.
These are high-level technical fights, but the Yair fight would be more dynamic. All right.
Did he get a bonus for that?
Probably not. Let me see. Bonuses went to Yuri Prochazka, Khalil Roundtree, and then Alex Pereira, Yuri Prochazka, and Joe Pyfer.
Oh, Yuri got 2. Nice.
So that brings us, and Josh Emmett, as for him, I mean, honestly, I just want to see him fight like Patricio Pitbull or something, If he's going to be an old man taking fights.
That's a good one. Him and Pitbull.
Yeah.
Before he goes off to bare knuckle.
Yeah.
Emmett, that is.
Dan Ige. I'd watch Josh Emmett, Dan Ige.
Yeah, that's fun.
Something like that. Could do Emmett Chikadze.
Nah, Chikadze called out Jean Silva tonight during the broadcast on a cell phone.
My friend. I know he's your boy, so I'm not going to say anything negative, but...
What's wrong with that fight?
I think Silva's going to kill him.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Very definitely.
He could, absolutely. He can kill anybody.
Yeah.
But he could also get kicked in the head.
Yeah. Oh, somebody mentioned Ige Emmett already happened at some point. Yes, happened years ago, 2021. He could do it again. I don't care. I don't really care what Josh Emmett does at this point. He's, he's a 40-year-old featherweight. It's,
Tough gig.
Yeah.
The man's in shape, though.
He is. All right. That brings us to a middleweight bout. Joe Pyfer, Abusupyan Magomedov. And this was
the battle of the first rounders.
Yeah, this was the exact opposite way I thought it was going to go in terms of who would have a good first round and how that would turn out for them. Like, I figured Abus is a much more like, he fades, but his tools are pretty consistent. He's, got some rangy 1-2s, a front kick in there, some takedowns and top control where if he can cinch that up, he can just kind of wear on you positionally and all that. And Pyfer is more the guy who just comes out like a house on fire and either smokes you or then just kind of forgets how to fight after that.
He forgets that he's fighting.
Yeah. And so for Pyfer to come out, try to wrestle Abus and throw himself on his back basically and get worked for a round and then come out and submit Abus in round 2 after plugging him. I really figured it would be Pyfer coming out like bananas in round 1. And then if that didn't work, Abus would just sort of edge him out for the next 2 rounds. But, hey, you know what? Say this for Joe Pyfer. He may be a complete fucking dipshit, but he made it fun.
No, it was fun. And I was actually impressed with Abus in that first round. His grappling, the things he was doing, I was like shocked. But like, he has one of the worst gas tanks in MMA.
Yeah.
One of the worst. Like, It's I don't understand how or why or like what's going on here.
Yeah, it's
Is
not
there
like he's
not
some
does
huge
he not
hitter.
have enough hemoglobin or something? He can't get enough oxygen delivered?
Yeah, it's not like he's thrown with a ton of power or like, just going crazy on people. And it's not like he's inexperienced or doesn't know how to prep. The man's been in like 50 fights.
Or maybe it's like, and we've talked about this before, but how he's not really athletic, and
Yeah, I
so
think that's a lot of it.
he has to full throttle the whole
Yeah,
time just to be competitive.
I think
And
that's a lot of it.
you can only sprint for so long.
Yep.
But
So
yeah,
yeah,
weird way this fight happened. I didn't see it going this way. I thought Piper was gonna come out and rock Abus, and like Abus was gonna survive, and then it'd
yeah.
get weird on the scorecards or something. But fuck it.
Pfeiffer put
Turns
him
out
away.
Piper had a great game plan.
Yep.
Grapple, make the dude tired, and get him the hell out of there.
Yeah. I won't knock the win. And then he tried to do some conciliatory. Yeah, I know I say a lot of stupid stuff, but please don't hate me.
I don't
Talk
even know
after.
what he says.
He was. I think the big thing this week was he talked about wanting to change his nickname to Body Cam Off.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yikes. Why? Why would he say that?
Exactly. Just the least likable version of a person that you could make. I mean, he's from Philly, so I don't have high expectations.
Sure.
Man was born with a battery in his hand, looking for somebody to throw it at. All
Yeah,
right.
that's whatever.
Yeah. Rankings wise, though, this was
Nah, he should fight Bruno Ferreira next. I don't care about the rankings. He needs to fight the Hulk.
all right. I'd be up for the Bruno Fajeda fight. I doubt. I Well, I guess he's not actually ranked, is he? Piper.
Piper?
Yeah.
No.
I'm surprised. I don't know why, but I am.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
Yeah,
I think
no.
I think he might have made it fringe top 15, and then
Yeah.
that Hermanson fight threw him back.
Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, Bruno Fajeda is a good call. I like that. Also, I mean, he fought on the same card, but there's also somebody like Shabazian out there.
Sure.
Yeah, those kind of fights
Another
would be fun.
veteran.
I would also actually enjoy watching him fight Michael Page, just because I think he would get insanely frustrated.
Oh, he'd probably get embarrassed. Embarrassed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is MVP done with 170?
No, I think he's got some designs on another welterweight fight out there, but I don't care. I want to see. I love watching. MVP is a tailor-made middleweight. He is the embodiment of this island of misfit toys that is the middleweight division, where it's only weird dudes with weird games that are super one-dimensional, but they win like you can win like 7 out of 10 fights and get within spitting distance of a title shot, only fighting guys that cannot do anything to stop your one weird trick.
That's a good trick though.
Yeah,
His weirdness is really tough to deal with.
it is. All right, let's get to the tragic comedy of the card.
I don't even know what this was. This was pure theater here.
I
This was
mean, I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, that Tristan Vines wasn't ready for a step up to the UFC on short notice.
You think?
I don't know what it is. There's just something about it. Never seen a man
Yeah.
KO'd by a vibe check before, but like,
Yeah, no, this guy, man, he was doing some goofy shit out there. He was
he
like
was he was
Scared
as
for his life.
scared for his
Rightfully
life as
so.
I have seen a fighter at this level in a long, long time. Like, this man was just not ready. He simply was not ready. That is the end of the story.
At least he tried, you know. We'll probably we might never see him again, but he tried. But man, one of the weirdest endings I've ever seen. This was like that goat in Jurassic Park that they just chained out there for the
Yeah.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
That's Vines.
This was promotional malpractice. This is like, if this guy has a long-term injury, the UFC owes him medical bills big time.
It's like he shot that takedown from so far away, got kneed for
In the
his
middle of the
troubles.
forehead. Not even like, he shot that takedown from far enough away that Gauthier was just like, I'm just gonna knee you. Not even like I grabbed you and I kneed you in the torso, or I got the knee like up here in the chest right as you're dipping in. But I got you right here because your head was so low from so far out that like you were running into me at that height,
It's
basically.
like he refused to put his eyes on him, like the opposite
Yeah.
of Yuri,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
like the funniest part for me is maybe something landed in the clinch, but he gets put in the tie plum, right? And Gutier like does the steering wheel and turns him, and my guy just falls down, right? And he like closes his eyes like it's a dream or something. He's like, if I can't see you, you can't see me, and just like
I mean, I think the elbows to the head act. I mean, I just don't think this
sure,
guy's built in any way to be a top level pro. Or if he is, it's going to be in like 10 years. You know?
no,
He's just
this
not.
was a sacrificial lamb.
There's no durability. There's no speed. There's no technique. There's just none of the parts that would be needed to compete at this level at all. And so, I mean, this is what it looks like when you have a normal guy fight like a real fighter, you know?
Yeah, this is like what you see on the regional scene where it's like you
Exactly.
got someone on their way to the UFC against, a truck driver or like
Exactly.
a hobbyist.
Yeah, I mean, the UFC at the very least, they need to comp all those people who missed out on their Uber Eats delivery tonight, because like their driver just got fucked up.
I will say this though, shout out to Vines. He lasted longer than Ankalaev did against Pereira. Hey, say what you want. He lasted longer than Ankalaev did.
Oh man,
Crazy. It's so crazy.
somebody asking here, P is Gautier the best prospect in the sport right now? I mean, it's always hard to tell, but he's way up, especially given that it's middleweight division. He's one of the most easily identifiable future contenders in the sport right now, is what I would say. Like, there might be a more complete prospect at bantamweight or featherweight or, something like that. But he is a dude. He's one of the few dudes right now where you look at him and you're like, okay, this guy at middleweight, if he doesn't improve at all, he can beat like 60% of that division right now, today. Doesn't need, because those physical tools and his ability to just understand that you keep punching range and you don't walk yourself into clinches, like those two skill sets combined will beat so many people, you know.
Yeah, he's huge too. Like
Yeah.
he is absolutely a monster. Talk about nightmare fuel.
Yeah. I don't really care who he fights next. Should be somebody better than that, but they could do like Robert Brishek, who beat Brad Tavares the other night, or Andre Pulev, who beat Nick Klein. Another
Where's
tall
Michel
switchman.
Pereira?
Oh, that's. Mm. They're probably going to do something like Dushko Todorovic, which just feels lame, since
Oh yeah.
Todorovic
Or
just got to win.
who's the guy that beat him recently? Zach something.
Oh yeah, Zach.
He went to a draw, or maybe it was a no contest with Cedric
Zach
Dumont.
Reese.
Reese, yeah.
Yeah, Zach Reese.
That's the fight.
Or they could rebook him against Ozzy Diaz, another
Oh wait,
goat.
so Ozzy pulled out of this one, right?
Yeah.
Give him a performance bonus. High
Yeah.
five Q. High
Yeah.
five Q. Pull the
Really
fuck
the
out
right
of this
move.
fight.
Yeah. All right. That
Performance
brings
of the night, Ozzy Diaz, by just pure brain
yeah,
power.
pure brain power, just being like, know what? It's not worth the paycheck.
Yeah.
I'll get that 12K some other way, you know?
Sure. And keep like 10 years on my life.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to a catchweight bout. Daniel Santos, Yu Jusong, and was this Santos missing weight?
No, nobody missed weight. They like agreed that
Oh,
it would
they
be a
agreed to a
catchweight.
catchweight. Okay.
I don't know why
153-pound catchweight. I would have to assume, given the way Santos looked,
he wasn't going to make it.
he wasn't going to make it. Yeah. Because he looked like a little chunky, dumpling out there.
Meatball?
Yeah.
Man.
But, man, I feel like Yuju Sung, he's a good prospect as well. Very athletic, very dynamic, powerful, slick. This is his wake-up call. I mean, this is the thing. Is it like, is Gautier way better than Yuju Song, or is this the difference between being a prospect at 145 and 185? You know?
Yeah, definitely the latter.
Yeah.
It's the difference in weight classes mean a lot more.
Yeah.
It's much easier, and I'm using this term lightly. It's much easier the heavier you are to go further
Yeah.
with a diminished, not fully well-rounded style. So, but I will say, you really have some cleaning up to do.
Oh yeah, no,
He fights like he's the tallest guy in his gym.
Mm-hmm.
You know, all that fading away stuff, that only works to a certain level, and then it gets capitalized on.
Yep.
I love the showboating though. Like, that was funny. Like, he did his
he's
twirl,
fun, and yeah,
But
he's
you
a
gotta
lot of
fight
fun.
too.
But yeah, and you got to understand at this level that for the first time in your career, your opponents can actually hurt you. You know, I think that's just what he was missing. It's like, yeah, you have a lot of fun out there, but Daniel Santos, his weight may be out of control, but he's only lost 2 incredibly hard-fought brawls in his whole career, and he's insanely durable, and he will go out and fight you hammer and tongs. He doesn't care what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a shoot-a-box dude.
Yeah, he threw like 30 spinning back kicks.
Yeah.
None of them, I think, landed.
No.
But man, he's a little Tasmanian devil.
Yep. Wake up for Yuju Song. Hopefully it's one that puts him on the right path to being just a little more measured. You don't have to not have fun. Just gotta not always just back up with your hands down and fall into the cage. Like, you're just never gonna get hurt for it.
Yeah, it's bad technique, and that's hard to fix. Actually, that's really hard to fix. Like, you've gotten away with it for too long.
Yeah.
It's worked for too long. It's really tough to correct that specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. All right. That brings us to a bantamweight bout. Jakub
Vikwacz
against Patchy Mix. And man, look, I thought Mix might have won this fight.
I scored it for Mix.
I did too.
But that second round was so freaking close.
It was. I don't care. And at some level deep down, I'm just happy he's not winning. I don't hate him. There's nothing about him I don't like. But you came in calling yourself the best bantamweight in the world, and you're a size queen. Like he's
What is wrong with you?
he's a 5'11" bantamweight who has never fought and beat an actual bantamweight before.
We call that a weight bully
A
or a
weight
size
bully.
bully, not a
Yeah.
size queen. Size queens want to face the bigger
Yeah.
opposition.
Okay. Fair.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, like, and that's just, it's become obvious because, like, I watched Mix out on his Bellator circuit, and I was just like, okay, this guy's being insulated a little bit by his size. He can punch guys from a distance where they can't reach him, and he doesn't. And whenever he ties up with somebody, he's just obviously stronger, But
Sure.
I didn't think he was being saved by that size. And now that he's in the UFC, it's just like, okay, no, clearly that was the whole game, was being bigger than the guys you were fighting. Because, like, yeah, okay, Mario Batista is a good athlete with power, and you can actually sit down and throw with you. Whatever.
Sorry, I fell asleep for a second.
But Vikwas he's a solid regional fighter out of KSW, but he's like a less athletic, more brawly fighter. He's going to make more mistakes. He's going to fall into more takedowns. He's going to have more things you can take advantage of. And the fact that he's
going to jump a ton of gillies and put himself in bad positions.
Ton of gillies and put himself in bad positions. And the fact that he was just big enough that Mix couldn't just lay on him and control him completely by laying on him.
You're kind of underselling the grappling of Vikwas. He is a slick grappler. He has an active guard. He jumps these gillies because he's comfortable off of his back, because he doesn't just tie up and hold. You know how everyone's like, oh, the guard is dead. Not his. He gets his butterflies. He knows how to sweep. Like,
what I'm saying is those sweeps work a lot better when you're as big as your opponent. I think Mix he's gotten used to the idea that when he gets on top of somebody, they just can't do anything with him because he's bigger than them. He's 5'11" and they're 5'6". He's a weight cutting featherweight fighting flyweights who don't want to go on a diet,
Sure.
And now that he's in the UFC, because the other thing too that you see out of these fights is he does not know what to do about punches that come at him from range. Kickboxing from range.
Well, he does know what to do with them. He eats them. He face blocks, right?
And it's just like the amount of his game that is tuned to the idea that he will be too big for his opponent to do anything to him. I think is just like fundamentally broken him at the core, where it's just, maybe he gets one more UFC fight, but if they give him like Ricky Simone or something, which would be a totally fine and normal matchup, I'm not going to pick him over Ricky Simone.
No, that Rafion Stotts knockout seems like a miracle. Like at this stage, like I don't want to say fluke, but like a miracle that the man's not good on the feet. Like
Rafion Stotts is 5'7".
Yeah.
It's insulated by height, right? Stotts had to overreach to get to him. Mix had a bunch of range and time to work with. He's just not getting that anymore. His game is all built around the insulation of his size.
He needs to find a way to cut to flyweight.
Yes,
I'm serious. Like,
I mean, that's what he was doing. That's what he was fighting in Bellator. He was fighting Kyoji Horiguchi and Sergio Pettis and Rafion Stotts and dudes like that.
Or he needs a massive step back in competition.
But that they're not going to give him that because this was that. This was that from
Bautista,
Batista.
yeah.
You know, he already got the massive step back and he couldn't handle it. And the UFC's paying him like, I'm sure he hardballed for that contract.
Sure.
Like I say, the next fight, like I would say somebody like Ricky Simone or something. Let's see what else is out there at flyweight or bantamweight. Almost got me saying it should be flyweight too, or like Bryce Mitchell. You got a debut flyweight win, or bantamweight win rather, or Victor Henry or Farid
Is
Basharat.
Bryce still ranked?
No.
Okay.
But like those are the kinds of options that make sense to me for where he's at. And right now, I just wouldn't pick him in any of these fights.
Yeah, it's really hard to watch him on the feet.
And he got exhausted too after like a round and a half in this fight.
Yeah.
Well,
because Vic Watch was making him work. Like he didn't just let him lay on him. Like he was making him work and threatening him everywhere.
Yeah, but you're a
and
bantamweight.
Those guillotines were close.
They were. Oh, well, there's an answer. Somebody boldly just said Kai Asakura announced his bantamweight return. All right. Sold. Asakura versus Mix, rather. Loser gets cut. And I'm hoping it's not Asakura.
I think the UFC is going to get their money's worth out of Mix.
I don't know. I think they tend to have a short leash on guys that they sign who ask to be paid. All right.
So this was a close fight, but like Jakob was way more closer to a finish in all rounds than Mix ever was.
Yeah, he pushed for real offense, aggressive offense. I'm happy with him getting that win. It's fine by me. And for we talked a lot about Mix and his potential next fight, but like, let's see, Viklas, I don't know. Like, I would see him fight like John Matsumoto, or I could see him fighting actually somebody like Bryce Mitchell or Farid Basharat or something like that.
Yeah, I think Bryce Mitchell is probably the move.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
That'd be a good sensible fight.
Vic Watch, KSW champion, right? Like
he's got the career, he's got the experience. Throw him in, and he just beat somebody who claimed to be the best bantamweight in the world. So clearly, he's ready.
He's the lineal best bantamweight in the world.
That's right.
Apparently.
All right. That brings us to a middleweight bout. Edmund Shabazian, Andre Muniz, and this is kind of your typical Edmund Shabazian win. I was worried about how much he let Muniz tag him up standing, but he also then went right back and made Muniz pay for it big time. So,
yeah, if only Muniz could get takedowns.
Yeah.
If he got on top of Shabazian, he would have probably kept him there or submitted him.
Yeah, I picked Shabazian just because A, the takedowns, B, Muniz isn't like he's not really a position lockdown guy so much as he's a attacking grappler, and Shabazian's good at scrambling for like a minute before his confidence goes. So I figured Shabazian could weather enough to keep this fight or get the fight back to his feet. He'd probably do all right, but
Muniz just isn't trustworthy.
No, he's built all wrong. They min-maxed his stats all on arms and torso, and head and legs got left out.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah,
stick
very,
man
very
that just
odd.
got like pumped up with a bicycle pump in the torso.
Or like the basketball pump.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Let's see for Shabazian.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah,
The winner of Aliskarov Iron Turtle.
yeah, that's a good fight.
Hopefully Iron Turtle.
Would also accept Oleksiejczuk,
Sure.
but yeah.
That'd be a banger.
Mm-hmm. Either of those options sound good. All right. Let's talk welterweight. Punahele Soriano, Nikolai Vertanikov, and Soriano's looking a lot more confident, a lot stronger down at welterweight now that he's not fighting everybody 4 inches taller than him.
Now that he's not a size queen anymore.
Now that he's not a size queen anymore. It is still very concerning that in the fight that he absolutely dominated, he also totally gassed.
He threw so many punches in that first round, though.
Yeah,
Like he
still
threw so many punches trying to get the finish,
he
and like
did.
they weren't the cleanest punches or elbows, but like he went all out in that first round. Damn near 10-8, honestly.
No, yeah, I thought it was a textbook 10-8. Frankly, I don't.
I feel like he had to survive that opening sequence. Like that was kind of sketchy for him.
I guess. But yeah, I'm just glad to see Soriano continue to show he has something to give the welterweight division, because he seemed like he's clearly such a plus freak athlete that it seemed like he should have been able to put something together at middleweight, but it became clear over time that the opponents were just too big, and that it was getting to him mentally too. That like even
Yeah, that's
somebody like
another thing.
Dustin Stoltzfus, who isn't any kind of plus athlete, was just going out there and surviving, and Soriano would fall apart because he hated being smaller than all of his opponents. But here he's picking Vertanikov up over his head and like throwing him around. Man feels
Yeah,
strong at welterweight, clearly.
Vertanikov, another guy trying to jump the gilly.
Yeah. Don't listen to Dustin Poirier, kids. He's a nice guy and all, but
You don't have to risk it for the biscuit.
he
But
never.
Vic Watch was doing it left and right, and it
Yeah.
to his credit.
But hey,
Man,
Poirier
the
never got one.
commentary was shitting all over Soriano this fight.
Yeah.
They were really laying into him for being gassed.
Yeah. Whatever. He gets a win. Yana Santos,
A clear win, 30-27s.
Easy
across
win.
the board. Could have been the 10-8 first round.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to a women's bantamweight, actually catchweight bout. Yana Santos, Macy Chasen. And first off, I'm just going to say, I do not believe Yana Santos is 5'6". Like,
she carries a bigger stature about her.
She does. Macy Chasen, I accept that she's 5'11". She seems tall as hell. But Yana Santos does not look 5 inches shorter than her out
I think y'all have the same haircut.
Well, it's a good haircut. I stand by it. Me and the lesbians, we got it going on.
No, I respect it.
But yeah, this was just kind of, I mean, I will say this. Yana Santos fought the best fight she's fought in years out there. Her striking looked cleaner. She was more aggressive. She was out there nailing hard body shots. She really, she really pushed this fight more than I've seen her in years. Usually, I think of Yana Santos, and I think a woman who throws like a dinky low kick from 10 feet away and a 1-2, and then clinches and pushes you to the cage and just leans on you for 3 minutes out of the round and scrapes out a decision.
No, she fought hard tonight.
Yeah.
She fought really hard. Maybe it's motherhood. I don't know. But I don't know. She came out. Maybe it was she felt disrespected because of the weight
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, that seemed like what it was. She was
She
definitely
was
fighting like
fired
she
up.
was fired up. Yeah.
And
Great
she
to see.
got, she went so hard in that first round. She was sucking wind there in the third,
Yeah.
but she survived.
Yeah, and for Chasen, the same story just keeps happening that anytime somebody can match her for strength at all, she does not look strong. Like for the biggest fighter in the bantamweight division, any other reasonably
Well,
sized,
tallest,
yeah, tallest,
tallest. Kayla
any,
Harrison's in this division.
yeah, it's true. But it doesn't even take a Kayla Harrison. All it takes is a Yana Santos for Chasen to look like she can get pushed around out there.
Man, those knees to the body were just beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
She was really doing her thing in the clinch. Santos was like,
Yeah,
that was good to see. The high volume, and that was such a grueling fight. I love this
it
fight,
really.
by the
No, it
way.
was a great fight. It was a great
Start to
fight.
finish, I really enjoyed it. They fought. They
Yeah.
went at it.
For
But
Santos,
yeah.
let's see.
Oh no, you know who she needs to fight?
Oh, who?
Kayla Harrison. It's
Yeah, over
time.
Juliana Pena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wh-
Oh wait, no.
Why would Juliana Pena get the fight? She
No,
just got
she
Kimura.
wouldn't. No, she did. I was thinking that they were going to do a rematch of that for some reason, but I don't know why.
Hell no.
No, she does. Yeah.
Now's the time.
They already booked Ketlin Vieira and Norma Dumont. So,
It's
yeah, they
time.
don't have a true number one contender.
She's in the
Sure.
top 5 now. Right place, right time. She's already, 36 or something?
Oh, wait. Wasn't Amanda Nunes going to come back? Or did that just
Oh,
not happen?
yeah. I forgot about that. Fair.
Because
Well, after
obviously,
that.
okay, after that, yeah. Either way, otherwise, yeah, probably the winner of like Vieira Dumont, I guess, or do both of them already have a win over her? No, she beat Ketlin Vieira, so
I think she should
yeah,
wait for a title shot
she
if she
should
can.
probably, but
Not
yeah,
that this
man,
was
wait,
like a fight where it's like, oh, you're definitely deserved.
no,
Like,
no,
I just think for her, this is,
it's as
3 in a
close as she's ever
row.
gonna get. Yeah,
Well, I mean, her debut was the title fight against fucking
yeah,
Cyborg.
yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That was what a terrible idea.
Hey, it got her in.
It got, yeah, no, I'm not saying a terrible idea for her. I'm saying a terrible idea for the UFC.
Oh. Yeah, I don't even remember why.
That's just because they signed Chris Cyborg only to aim for a long-term Ronda Rousey project that neither woman was actually ever interested enough in. Anyway,
Yeah, give her the title fight.
brings us to a bantamweight bout: Farid Basharat, Chris Gutierrez, and for 2 rounds, this was an absolutely perfect, beautiful fight from Farid Basharat. And then credit to Chris Gutierrez, he showed why, if he weren't so insistent on being a
Neutralizer.
neutralizer, he might actually win some of those really big fights he's had in his career. He can be a very dangerous elite fighter. He just is so focused on subtracting. Took him 2 rounds, and his coach really just pushing him and being like, go after it. And the moment he actually did, this should be, this is not going to be, this was a great game planning look for Basharat because he was out there with the neutralizer. He was pressuring with his wrestling. He was pressuring with his boxing. He was on the front foot, throwing volume, making Gutierrez pay for giving up the aggression.
Mm-hmm.
But it is actually kind of worrying that for Basharat going forward, that the moment Gutierrez was like, wait, what if I go forward? You just started whipping him.
That's the thing. If he fought every fight like he did at the start of that 3rd round,
yeah,
who fucking know? We might be talking about like him fighting Marab or some shit,
Yeah. But
It is what
smart
it
fight
is.
from Basharat. Well game planned, well executed.
And he was able to survive the late rally,
Yeah.
still undefeated.
Yep. All right. Ramiz Brahimai, Austin Vanderford.
I felt like I was the only person, me and my buddy Wes, we were the only two people I know that picked Brahima here.
I did too.
Oh, you did?
I
Damn
did.
right. See,
Yes.
Nux, Zane, Nux,
I
boom.
know, because I looked and I'm looking at watching their fight and watching the tape, and it's like, okay, first of all, I just don't, I still don't trust Vanderford. I don't trust Brahim either, but I don't really trust anything Vanderford's bringing. Most of his career has been a grinding decision fighter who can't really take over a fight.
Which is funny because they were painting him as some kind of
Some
crazy
kind of
striker.
crazy knockout artist. He's also been chinned a couple times really badly. And Brahimai is very much a purely killer be killed fighter. And it's like and one who doesn't get actually finished either. You know, he had a doctor's stoppage in there, but he's really actually just kind of a killer who you can take out of the fight with physicality if you are better than him. You know, if you're a better control fighter, you can use that against Brahim. You can use Brahimai's aggression against him. It's like I don't trust that Vanderford's actually a better control fighter.
No.
And if he's just going to give a lot of opportunities for Brahimai to get something, put something together, Brahimai is a good finisher. I'll trust that. You know,
He's a phenomenal finisher.
he really is.
And like with Vanderford, if you look at like his best win is Fabian Edwards,
Yeah,
who is like known for not having the best takedown. It's gotten better,
yeah,
but at the time, he was someone where like any rando could take him down, right? But outside
yeah.
of Fabian, like who has he beat?
Really, even his UFC
Veretinikov?
wins don't have a wiki. Yeah, no.
So I'm like, why? Like he's dropped like Gegard, no shame there.
Oh, he
But
beat
like,
Ben Fodor, the Seattle superhero,
yeah,
brother
Phoenix
of Carl.
Jones.
Yeah, Phoenix Jones.
Yeah, but exactly. Like he's never done
No,
anything.
no, he
So
really hasn't.
I couldn't understand why the odds makers had him
No.
so heavily favored outside of Paige Van Zant.
Yep.
So for me, I'm like, this is an odds trap for people. You
Yeah.
know, Paige Van Zant, oh, I know him.
Yep.
Nah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, he came into the UFC and he got a ground and pound finish. But like you look at what Veretinikov did today in that Soriano fight, it's like,
The
yeah,
wind
that's
takes
a
Veretanikov down.
stylistic gift.
Yeah. You know who took Nikolai Veretanikov down multiple times?
Who's that? Everybody?
It was Francisco Prado, the like tiny, short-armed Argentinian punch man, took him down multiple times.
Yeah.
If you've got a brawler taking you down multiple times in a fight that you're like 5 inches taller than him, I'm not like I just know at that point your takedown defense is terrible.
Brahimai has been impressing me lately.
Brahimai, I mean, that's the thing is, you know, it's a bad look for a guy who grapples so much that like Themba Garimbo and Court McGee could just shut you down. Not to say they're not both good, but that like other guys who want to tangle with you on the ground can just shut that part of your game out entirely. That's not good. But
It's not good.
anytime somebody can't shut that part of his game out, he gets a finish. And I was just looking at Vanderford. I'm like, he's not gonna. Vanderford is not that guy. He does not shut somebody down. He can like
Yeah.
try. He can take somebody down, or he can tangle with them a bunch. But it's not like that Veretanikov fight was like a really pretty control fight. It was, you know, he got a couple of moments and he made them work for him. But
he was so hyper fixated on trying to get that handcuff.
yeah,
And like, it,
no,
yeah, nah. And that combination that Brahima did when he finished with that head kick. Oh, mwah. That was
beautiful,
gorgeous. That was
beautiful.
gorgeous. And the 10-finger guillotine,
Yeah,
I don't even think he had hooks in or anything. I
really
don't think
pretty
his legs were a
front
part of
line.
that at all.
All right, and before that, Veronica Hardy beat Brogan Walker, and yeah, I mean it was fine, but really felt like a fight Hardy should have just cleaned up with, but instead just kind of scraped by. You know,
Yeah, it was sloppy at
it was
best.
sloppy. Yeah.
This fight was like how old people fuck. Slow and sloppy.
All right.
Hey, it's 3 a.m. here.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap, and we're not gonna do any bonus. It's too. We spent too much time on this card, so
We'll just go through the fives all around. Yuri and Khalil, it's a 6. You
yeah.
know, the fight overall or the card overall, maybe like a 4.8.
I'll give it a 4.5. Solid,
Yeah.
fun night of pay per view. Anyway, on that note, we're going to sign off. You can find me on Twitter at the Zane Simon. You can find me on Blue Sky and Substack at Zane Simon. You can find Eddie on Twitter at the Eddie Mercado, floating around on Instagram as well, and over at Battle. What are your fight cards that
Oh
you call?
shit. Brawlers Ball 3.
Brawlers Ball 3. There we go.
Brawlers Ball 3, October 18th in Virginia Beach at the Dome. I'll be commentating with Frank Mir. We have Mark Coleman in the house, Rampage Jackson. Awesome fights. If you're in the area, check it out. If you need a link, message me on Instagram or something or Twitter, and I can get you the link to the fights. You can hear me talk my shit with the legend Frank Mir. So.
All right. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And of course, there's a link down there to subscribe and support us and help us out over on Substack. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.